Hi, I'm Liam Doherty. And first of all, I hope you're having a lovely... this is summer weather. It's amazing, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. First thing I want to say is the weather at the weekend was unbelievable. OS Music, Oliver Shelton, got married to his bride, his wife now, Heather. And honestly, their wedding was unbelievable. It was absolutely beautiful. They had it in Bath. So huge congratulations to them. He is the counterpart that helps me put music out, and he's been a Solar Line co-creator, and his wife is just unbelievably amazing. So they're a perfect couple, and I just want to wish them very well for the future. And also, I had my birthday as well right afterwards, so that was amazing as well. And thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday, and people who made it special. So thank you very, very much. Getting into the groove. Okay, well, with all this heat, we have a full moon coming up in the sign of Sagittarius at the end of this month. Full moons bring things to culmination. They bring things to an end. Now, where that falls in your chart, you may not know, but Sagittarius energy is usually about curiosity. It's about exploring. It's it's about the law. It's about philosophy. It's about higher learning. So what have you been learning about yourself that's bringing you to a higher aspect of who you are, that's making you go deeper into remembrance? The last transmission that I did, it walked you into remembrance. And for those who haven't seen that, you may want to go back and have a look at that one. When we become aware of remembrance, we have that clarity in ourselves. And this is why that was a really, really special transmission. And that brings me on to transmission 16 from the Mirror Grid. The end of what never begun. There comes a moment when nothing is wrong, and yet you begin to prepare as if it is. Not because anything has happened, but because your mind has moved ahead of your life. It finds uncertainty and fills it with scenarios, with outcomes that don't exist. And then you feel them as if they're real. You replay what has already passed. You scan for what you might have missed. You question what you didn't question. You imagine what could go wrong. You prepare for what hasn't arrived. And slowly, you leave the moment you're in to manage a moment that isn't here. This is where people get lost. Not in what's happening, but in what hasn't. Not in reality, but in projection. The mind doesn't like not knowing. So I'm giving you a close-up of my earring while I'm doing this transmission. So it closes the gap with imagined certainty, even if that certainty is fear. And the more you follow it, the more convincing it becomes, until you forget that nothing has actually happened. This is the distortion, not fear itself, but believing that what hasn't happened deserves your reaction now. It feels responsible, careful, aware, but it isn't. You're not preparing for reality. You're rehearsing a possibility. And in doing so, you begin to live inside it. So you ask, how do I come back to presence? But presence was never lost. You left it. Not by accident, not by failure, but by following a thought further than it was true. And the return is not a method, not breathing, not controlling, not fixing. It's this. seeing clearly nothing is happening. And yet, I'm reacting as if it is. That's the moment. Not when fear disappears, but when the mind goes quiet. But when you see that what you're feeling is tied to something that isn't real right now, and in that seeing, the loop loosens. Not because you forced it, but because you stopped feeding it. You don't need to come back to the present. You need to stop leaving it for places that don't exist yet. Life doesn't happen in what might be. It happens in what is. And what is, right now, is always simpler than what your mind is building around it. So the next time fear arises without an event to match it, don't follow it. Don't fix it. Don't perform your way out of it. Just see it. And when you see it fully, you'll realise you weren't in danger. You were in thought. A thought feeding itself until it felt real. And now, you're no longer feeding it. So it ends. Not control, not effort, not relief. Presence. Right here. Right now. Through the mirror, through the truth, through the grid, only source light remains. Don't stop here. If something in this moved you, there's more Mirror Grid music, music that reveals you. You can find it on Liam Doherty on Spotify, Liam Doherty on Artists on all major music platforms, and YouTube and TikTok. So go and check them out. Until next time, bye for now.